I am interested to know. I think I need a scale. I guess I want to almost look back at like older episodes of even Game of Thrones and stuff like that, because the way that you said they rated the last episode, and I'm thinking like, no, it was a really good episode, but we are talking about like these are still ratings in like the high eights or eights or whatever. You know what I mean? Because that's still a great episode of TV to me.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to see how people rate. I almost want to go back and see like how did they rate all these other episodes. I mean, because like my opinion of it is probably different than the ratings, whatever. I love this episode, but also again, this is. I think this show is kind of because of the dragons, because of the like we're in the middle of a war.
Yeah.
Has spoiled people to like feel like, oh, like I only want this. I only want I'm expecting this. I'm expecting that. I don't know how did people rate this one? Do you know?
So I'm on IMDb right now, and I've got all the episodes pulled up. And just for reference, like last season, the opener was an 8.3, and then it pretty much went down from there. 7.3, 6.3, 6.5 for the finale. Of last
people were
season.
not feeling season 2 of House of the Dragon.
I don't think so. And I'm pretty sure, let me just see.
I wonder that how does that compare to like Rotten Tomatoes? Because you know how like a lot of times, the popcorn meter is still high. Like whenever it's like critics are low, but the popcorn meter's high.
So same site, season 3, episode 1, 9.2, episode 2, 9.4, episode 3 last week, 8.3, episode 4 this week, they have it at a 7.8. So lower on the rankings, but interestingly enough, I mean, I think as far as my personal opinion goes, I enjoyed this episode, I think a little bit more than last week. I think we got some funny parts, we got some intense parts, and just some unexpected things, and I think it's giving us a little bit more to talk about this week. So, and I mean this week we had dragons, so you know that kind of that's what it is.
A lot of dragons, a lot of like personal interaction with dragons. I mean, we learned a new Valerian word, Lakiri.
Yeah.
Lakiri is calm, I guess. Like heal, chill.
Yeah.
Lakiri. Like. Yeah. But no, this was the Ormond episode, man. There was so much character development in this, and it was just ironic because it's that dramatic irony, because you have Rhaenyra here is trying to get the scoop of like who is Ormond, what's he all about, but then it's like for the audience we're learning. Right. I learned everything I needed to know about Ormond. You know what I mean? In this episode, like I know who he is, I know what he stands for, I know what sets him off. Right, I know what he dislikes and doesn't like, and you know how he carries himself. So I'm like, wow, this character he's interesting, man. He's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're gonna spend a lot of time on him this episode because it was essentially back and forth between him and Rhaenyra, a couple side quests, right? But a lot from Aegon this episode. But yeah, I think those are the big three this episode: Aegon, Rhaenyra, and Ormond. So, who do you want to start with?
Let's start with Rhaenyra, because the beginning was just all about her, assembling this council.
Yeah, basically trying to fill the seats. Yeah. So, she's got her Lady of Whispers. She's got her brother Daemon, does he have an official title on the council, or is he just king consort?
I think he's just king consort,
vice president. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And now she gives Grand Maester, who's just continues to be a VIP of this season, his seat back. And interesting thing, because I always questioned it, I think, in seasons past, the balls.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Tell me, what's the lore? What is that?
I have no idea, and that's why
Okay,
I think that
okay,
was my initial question. Like, what's the point of getting the balls and putting them in front of you if we're all just sitting at the same table? I'm sure there's an explanation from the book readers. I'll probably
yeah,
find after the episode, but yeah, um, just that kind of interesting scatteredness of her bringing everyone together is an interesting concept in itself. Trying to navigate the waters of the new administration.
yeah.
Um,
Well, and so you say that too, like, it just makes me think about because you said book readers and stuff like that. Um, because I listened to that one book that was all
yeah,
about the whole history of everything,
yep,
whatever. And then I did move into Fire and Blood, and I never got I didn't fully like commit into it, whatever. But then I was like, I seen a video and it was like people being upset or it was a content creator talking about how people were upset about like the deviation from the book and this and that, whatever. But here's the thing,
yeah,
right? So just like the book that I read which was the history of all of Westeros, Fire and Blood is kind of told in the same way. So to me, and when I say that, it's a third person just narrative. It's literally there's no dialogue in it at all, bro. Like they might every
okay,
now and then you'll have somebody talk about like what somebody said, but it's not like some linear story with characters and this and that. It's still Fire and Blood is still just an overview of like somebody retelling the
the events
events
that happened. Yeah,
of all this stuff. And Fire and Blood is all about the target, like how it's the actual Targaryen, you know what I mean,
yeah,
line and stuff like that. So to me, it's like we can't complain like we with this series in particular, we cannot complain about the books or the deviation because there's so much that is like to the imagination. Like it's some even for a reader or a listener, like you still have to kind of imagine everything. They don't
right,
lay everything out. They don't build the whole world. They don't tell you. They
yeah,
just mention people like,
right,
oh, this guy, and like, oh, he did this, he did this, he did this. But there's no like conversations. There's no, you know what I mean. So it's like what are we mad about? You know what I mean?
yeah,
What are we mad like if we are talking about book readers and stuff like that, or even in the case of George R. R. Martin, like
yeah,
what are we mad about? You didn't put it there. So it's like I got I gotta make 60 minutes of TV and people have to talk to each other.
mm,
It can't just be like vignettes of like, all right, well this happened. Well, this happened. Like
right, right. There's got to
so
be we got to fill in the gaps. Yeah, no,
yeah.
that makes sense. I agree with you 100%. Um, I just wrote this down. This continued relationship with Alicent that Rhaenyra is like kind of reforming. Like, is that like are they going to be best friends again by the end of this? Because I feel like that's kind of it's so I find it just so interesting that Rhaenyra seeks counsel in her, almost as if she's like Alicent's kind of like an extension of her counsel now because she's like I need information, I need to know where the gold is, I need to know where the how what's your cousin's tick, kind of situation,
Yeah.
and it's an interesting one. Um, uh,
Yeah, it comes from a place of like it's definitely comes from a place of weakness though, you know what I mean? With Rhaenyra, like, cause just think about just other scenarios. Like you wouldn't ask, if you're a teacher, you wouldn't ask the students like
right,
how you should do certain things. Like you might, like
yeah,
you might elicit some feedback, whatever,
eh,
but like I know the COs are not
right,
like pretty asking the
yep,
prisoners like
yep,
what's
yep, yep,
hey am I doing okay like
right,
you know what I mean like is
yeah,
it
yeah,
how am I doing like and
right,
it's like what like so I yes she is deferring to Allison and she is trying to get like just some type of feedback and yeah she is trying to get intel about Ormond but we're just seeing that yeah, Rhaenyra just I mean, I guess that's the only card that she has because she doesn't have a lot of people in her council to begin with. But
and it's this weird,
I don't think especially the way this episode ended,
yeah,
right? And what we learned by the end of this episode, I don't think they can't be friends because I think Allison's gonna put her interests, her daughter's interests, you know what I mean, and the survival of her line and her family. I think she's gonna at the end of the day, she's still gonna, lean on that first. You know what I mean? She's not gonna give away all the jewels,
Yeah. Yeah, I think you nailed it there. It's this relationship that kind of has to exist, and it's like this weird kind of level of trust. Like the enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? Or whatever,
Yep.
however, something like that. So yeah, I don't think I'm back in now on Alicent. I wasn't sure what role she was going to play this season. But I kind of like the playing both sides, like just whatever is going to benefit her in the moment, then
Yep.
that's what she's gonna then just make that move. Um, and then I think just we can wrap up her character. Helena's pregnant. Is
Yep.
that
That's what.
essentially who's it's Aegon's? Was that
Yeah, it would
like I
be.
guess a
Yeah,
month
she
ago?
was. Yeah, she wasn't messing with nobody else. Like,
Okay.
and she, she don't have no scandals. But yeah, it was. Yeah, Mo pointed that out. Like, oh, she must be pregnant, whatever. Because I had to rewind that part.
Yeah,
Because I was
yeah,
like, wait,
I did
I was
too.
like, what
Yep,
happened? I was
yeah,
like, why is she talking to her? Like, and then she said that, and I was like, oh. Okay, and then they confirmed at the end of the episode, the behind the episode, they
yeah.
said, "Yeah, her pregnancy," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, yep,
Yep.
yep, she was right." It's
Interesting.
yeah,
What will come from that?
well,
I'm
this descendant, whatever her child is, yeah, is a direct threat to Rhaenyra, because then that would be the heir. That would be the heir.
right, right. Well, and but isn't her other son technically as well? Is she the little baby boy? Isn't she playing with a little baby boy?
Technically, well, yeah, it would. Who's baby boy?
Helaena, like she was under the tree playing with her baby in her 1 hour baby time in this episode.
Yeah, see, that's the problem, man, when you got all these, inner family, babies, I
Just
mean,
kids, all these kids running around, and no one knows right, who they are and what the line of recession is anymore, right?
yep.
Okay, so yeah, interesting fact there. We'll see how that all plays out. Um, Rhaenyra also interacting with all of the dragon seeds this episode. So let's
Oh, no, except for Adam, we didn't see Adam.
No, you're correct. You're right. You're right. Yep, you're absolutely right.
But no, yeah,
Most of
off,
them.
oh my god, off
So
is
yeah, let's start with Ulf. Ulf asking for favors like the Armageddon movie. Like, listen, none of my friends ever want to pay taxes again, and we need some bar tabs taken care of, and a few misdemeanors that if we could just have the crown. Like, where's the maester? Where's the records guy? Can we just get those deleted? Can we put those? Like, let's like I Ulf. Oh man,
I
asking for
actually thought
favors.
he was going in to ask for money. Like,
Oh,
I
me
actually
too.
thought because he would, he goes in there
Yep.
and that's yeah, it's like he has this like survivors. He's going through this like survivor's remorse type thing, whatever. Like
Yep.
he wants to give back to his people, but also too, that's what happens, man, when somebody wins the lottery or
Right.
somebody, you become a musician, a famous
Yep.
musician, you become a celebrity,
Yep.
you go back to your hometown,
Yep.
you gotta pay the tab. You
Yep.
gotta pay the tab, and, like, Off was like, "Fuck, like, I did not say that," whatever, and so I thought he was going in like, "Hey, you know me, I need, and she's like, "Yeah, tell me, what do you what is it?
Right.
What are you talking about?" And then she's like, "None of these are for you," and he's like, "Oh, nah," like, whatever, and then she had to tell him what
My
it is,
boys
like,
back in the day.
she's like, "No, so here's what I gotta tell you. You gotta stop going to your little bars, you know what I'm saying? Because you're an extension of me." And but he it's almost like he tried to make her feel guilty. He's like, how I committed to
He's
you
hyping
and
her up in the streets, right? Yeah, he doesn't know. He doesn't know how to talk to her. He
nope.
doesn't Christian Cole is talking to Allison Rivers in this episode, like way, like with the
Oh,
language of I advise you to tread like just the honorable way to speak to each other. And Ulf is he's just a guy. He's just a guy with his pub buddies he doesn't know any better. And I think, man, he's on like strike 3 with these Targaryens. You know what I mean? Daemon hit him. He's getting yelled at left and right. He's not getting a house or a castle. And now he can't even go hang out in the bar with his buddies anymore. Because I mean,
Yep.
she's technically right. She's like, if something happens to you, what then your dragon, then what? Now I got to go find another. We got to start this whole thing over to get someone else to take over your dragon.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know how many more strikes he's gonna give them. But
Like, why does he like? Here's the thing. I don't know. I don't understand. The disconnect for me is like, why does he think otherwise, right? Because
yeah,
I'm sure at his little tavern, there's not a lot of lords that go into his tavern.
right.
Saying probably not even a lot of knights.
No,
So like, what is he really thinks that he can just be the common man at this point? Like you want a house and you want everything like that, but
right.
like all your other people don't got houses either. They live in tenements. They live in whatever. You know what I
Yep.
mean? They live in tents probably in certain instances, whatever. So like it's just funny like that yeah, it was a lot of haves and have nots and like we it's a parallel because you have somebody ascending into this nobility,
Yep.
and then on the other hand, you got Aegon like for the first time having to like be a commoner.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it was like a tale of
Mm-hmm.
two different
Right.
stories
All
or
the
two.
roles are reversed, kind of a
Yeah,
situation. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Rhaenyra and Hugh for just a minute. He's apparently. I can only imagine that response to him walking in the room and her being like, "Look, buddy, when I have a house for you, I'll have a house for you. The market's a little dead right now. Like I got my agents working on it." But like, so he must be. That's probably not like the first time we saw last week of him asking like, "Yo, is my house ready?" I'd imagine that's might have come up a few times maybe,
yeah,
but for her to kind of respond that way. But he just wants to go to Tumbleton, just to make sure that his wife is okay. Curious to see how that plays out emotionally, with Hugh, and especially finding out what happens this week with his wife. I'm
yeah.
sure won't be good for anybody. So
Nope, nope.
yeah, that was kind of a quick hit for her and him. And then Corliss isn't even showing
He's
up for
absent,
work. He's out. He's
absent.
like,
Yep.
listen, I can't deal with her. She gave me nothing. And now I'm just gonna go, find some leftover dudes and just take care of them, because the triarchy that's come to land is apparently messing with their trade and their shipments and all that fun stuff. So Corliss
I
is
know.
gonna go handle
So
business.
yeah, and I like that yeah, he is kind of, he is a deadbeat, you know what I'm saying? Like in many ways, you know what I mean? And it's funny because I see somebody is I love the black content creators that's like, we putting our own little sauce on just these interactions and like it's just like, yeah, he clearly is the deadbeat dad that has not paid child support in
Yep.
a long time, but then he's still trying. But yeah, in this episode, he's trying to pass off some nepotism. You know what I mean?
Right.
A little more so nepotism. He's like, yo, bro, I gotta go. But you could just be in my place
Right.
instead, whatever.
Yeah.
And it puts, he's like, and he keeps it real with his son. He's like, yo, man, I can't give you that legitimacy that you asked for. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't gonna happen right now.
Yep.
But I could put you in a good position. You know what I'm saying? And I could help you better your life. And so yeah, he basically not gave his spot away, but like he's like, yo, you're gonna stand in for me. And that puts Alan in such a weird situation. But he has a suggestion, you know what I mean? He had a fruitful suggestion, you know what I mean? Because she's just like, "Oh, these rats," and
Yeah.
he's like, "Well, we could get some cats," you
Yep.
know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I'd imagine we'll see. There's probably going to be like a scene next week of a cat just like pouncing on him, eating a mouse
Yeah,
or something, just
yeah,
or like trotting by as Rhaenyra walks by with a mouse in its mouth. That'd be funny.
yeah.
Yeah, and was that ever legitimized? Like, is he like, did Rhaenyra mention that when they were talking, like, yeah, sure, you can take his place? Because I don't think
No, that was not
it's
official yet, but I
okay.
think I think
Okay.
it's just gonna be It's gonna, but and that's the problem with that is like where from Alan's perspective is like, bro, she don't know me.
Right, right, right,
I don't really know her, but she definitely doesn't know me.
yeah,
Why would she listen to anything that I have to say? Like, and but here's the thing though, it might work into his advantage because I think Rhaenyra, because she feels all the feelings,
yep,
right?
yep,
She's gonna feel guilty. Like I think, and she's gonna feel like out of guilt, she's going to start to let Alan in. And I think when he shows his worth to her, you know
yeah,
what I mean, as he is, because he's a good, like I think he's a great character. I think he's a good guy. I think he's strong. I think he's
yeah,
smart. And I think once he starts getting some wins under his belt, she's gonna legitimize him by
right,
herself. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Like it
yeah,
ain't even gonna be this thing,
yeah,
and it's gonna mean something a little bit more because it's not just coming from because it's out of although I did feel the way I feel like last week, like she has no right, whatever.
yep,
But also you did that out of desperation too, Corliss. You know what I mean? Like you were being desperate and that this was the last move that you had to ingratiate yourself with your sons.
mhm,
Luckily, though, your sons are on your team. Your
yep.
sons are like, "Nah, we're not going nowhere. We don't have nowhere to go to for real, for anyway. But like, we're with you. But now it's gonna mean something because now they're gonna earn it. They're gonna earn it. I think both.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, I think, yeah, and I think, yeah, you're right. I guess it is just it's kind of one of those weird situations where it's like legitimize them or not, their position of power doesn't really change all that much unless once they're legitimized, are they automatically lords? Then
Oh yeah.
does that
Oh
up
yeah.
their ranking? Okay,
Yeah.
so I mean, maybe that might have a smidge to do with it. Who knows? But yeah, well, I'm curious to see their whole that whole family's progression. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, interesting. Okay. Let's see, who else does Rhaenyra interact with this episode? Um,
Um.
just her.
Well, we'll save that Daemon stuff
Okay.
for then.
Okay.
We'll
Okay.
save that.
Okay. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much kind of Rhaenyra for this episode. I mean I think her biggest takeaway was Alicent telling her that Ormond has a sensitivity to smells. That's why he does his little perfume thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm curious how she's going to utilize that fact. I thought maybe
Yeah, so
she'd
I
send
was
like
thinking I was thinking that was she gonna, like, tell the people to, like, "Yo, put all your" whether a couple things, like, "Alright, yo, let your" like, if you have fish or meat or whatever,
yeah,
"Let that shit rot," and then he's gonna, like, not wanna be here, or, like,
right.
is she about to go into, like, biochemical warfare and, like, drop something on them,
That's
like
what I thought she was gonna pull like an Alamo. I thought she was gonna send shitty pigs through the walls of the
oh,
castle.
yes.
Like that would have been I don't that like seeing Ormond get woken up because a gross, disgusting, smelly pig breaks into his bedroom, like kind of situation. Yeah, interesting. I will certainly see how she uses that to her advantage. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Um. Okay. You want to go to Aegon this episode? The
Yeah,
Targaryens?
man. Wow. This I don't even like Aegon, but
Right.
like I felt bad for
Woo!
the boy, man. Like I'm
Interesting.
like
Yeah.
the depths that he's like has fallen to
The
and
character,
like
yeah.
just for survival, like it's brutal, man. So yeah, Aegon, man, he reunites with Sunfire
Yeah.
and I had a feeling I was like maybe it is alive, but then it was like when they panned out and they showed the flies flying around him,
Uh
I was like, oh, he is dead, like
I
for
don't
sure.
so yeah, man, I'm curious. Everyone online last week was like, what's how is Sunfire actually dead? Everyone keeps saying he is, and it's interesting. I think if Aegon says he's alive, maybe. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I mean, history tells us that it's Aegon's dragon is involved in future events. So I don't
Mm.
know. I don't know. We could be changing that fact for the book. We've done that already as far as storytelling goes. So hey, we'll see on that one, but I don't yeah, we'll these guys that they're dealing with now, do we know who they are? Did they mention, are they triarchy? Are they're
So
definitely
wait,
not.
are you talking about when they get into Rook's Rest?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
think so. I think those are guys that remember it's that civil war between those two houses. It was like the Brackens versus the
Yes.
whatever.
Yes. I
Blackwoods and
think,
Brackens, right?
yeah, I think so.
So I think it's one of the it's whatever side that end up going maybe with the greens, whatever. That's what they look like. They look like those other guys.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's what I kind of took it as.
Okay.
Because he didn't like Triarchy. They actually look like pirate type people,
True.
whatever.
Yeah.
This guy had armor on, kind of, or like he didn't have a sigil, but
Some form
yeah.
of nobility.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he has some type of, nobility, but, like, they've kinda just taken over this, like, area, and, but even I thought you were gonna even the people that he was dealing with first, like, these people that had made Sunfire into, like, this
Oh,
carnival
right. Yeah. Yeah.
sideshow attraction, like, what
Right.
the hell?
Yeah.
Like
To a penny to touch the dragon. You can get up on the saddle if you want. Free dragon rides. Yeah. Well, and I think those are probably just those guys are the same. I would imagine from the same neck of the woods as the Rook's rest camp. They weren't
Yeah.
far away. So, yeah, just savages. Turning turning Sunfire into a man. It's a watching Aegon like have his like bipolar snaps in and out of like trying to be a king, but also like needs to be on the down low was so fun to watch.
Yeah.
I think his interaction with Lars is a they have perfect chemistry together, the characters. And I mean, I wrote this down too. I mean, Lars is thriving in this camp. Like he's getting all the tea. He knows about the ships. He knows everything that's going on. Just after like one day's work. Um, and speaking of which, they make Aegon. He's got to clean the toilets, basically. I
Man,
mean,
I'm not fucking touching no latrines, like,
mm,
whatever, and then they're like, you will," and then, what was it, Tangle Tongue? Yeah, he meets
yeah,
his
yeah.
friend Tangle Tongue.
A little stutter
Tangle
on the mouth.
Tongue and Mangle Face.
Wow. It's a yeah, I just so is it just for the sake of his life? If they know who he is, they'll most likely kill him, at this point. Is that what we're to kinda
Yeah, I think it's it becomes a thing, whatever, because and yeah, and this was the first time that Aegon found out that he was dead. Like
Right, yep,
he learned this for the first time. So yeah, so like yeah, he becomes a hostage, it becomes ransomed,
yep,
it becomes like a bad thing. So yeah, I don't know if he gets killed right away, but like he already doesn't have a lot of control, but like if he reveals who he is, he loses even more control of what the situation is because he has no backing other than Larry Strong, whatever.
right.
So like,
Well, and I'm
who?
sure you can leverage you can leverage like you take his head, you take that right to Rhaenyra, she's gonna build you a castle tomorrow.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
probably, yeah, okay. Um Yeah, so that was I mean, the kinda ending of that just with no food left at the end of the day, for
pissed off. He
Aegon.
was so pissed.
He boy snapped. He snapped, he stormed straight into Little Buddy's tent and was like, "Yo, this isn't how you rule. How dare you? Like, do you know who I am?"
Yeah,
And that didn't turn out so well, for him. Assuming just I mean the lowest of the low you can go is kissing someone's shitty boo. It just is
and
a
they said that's human shit.
yes,
that's not like
the
I mean, which not that would be
horses,
better or
right?
whatever, but
Yeah,
like. I think there's something to it, like manure is just we call it manure, you know what I
yep,
mean, whatever.
yep.
And so people handle that all the time. People don't handle human shit. Yeah, I mean, like it's not you're not really interacting with human shit like that unless you are like a nurse or whatever,
Yeah,
or a parent. Yeah, I mean,
and
like
I know we
wealthy.
saw it a tiny bit on like A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, but that was just more of just like one or two scenes, and I don't remember. You remember the main series, you've watched it more. Has there ever been like that kind of was that, was it ever that vile in the main?
Nah, I don't remember that. I don't
Yeah.
remember. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't remember them like having to, like clean stuff up, whatever. But like, nah,
Right.
I never. Yeah, that was bad, bro. That was bad.
Interesting. Okay.
And I thought I had there was like a hope in my mind like he got something up his sleeve. He's gonna pull something out and shank this mother. But I'm like, well, yeah, but they're outnumbered. So I'm like, there's
right.
not. And like to see him go down the whole way and just
Mm, one tiny
ever so
little.
slightly
Yeah,
just
right. Just a little peck
fuck.
on the cheek. Little bum bump. Get yourself a bum bump. Ugh.
Yeah, you
Nasty.
have a lot of bum bumps.
Nasty, bro. Yeah, nasty. So again, I think this is why I was excited and really enjoyed this episode, because it gave us a lot, but also set us up for a lot.
Yes, yes.
So that's yeah, I think hopefully more fun to come with them. We'll see the fate of Sunfire. I don't know. It could be, it's up in the air, I think, at this point.
Okay.
Um Okay, let's tackle this real quick. Where's Aemon Targaryen? Have you seen him anywhere? Have you
No,
seen his
no.
dragon?
I
I
seen him in a preview and like in a preview and he's like got
right.
a sword and he got a bandage and he's like so I don't know where the hell is Alice hiding him?
Yeah,
Like
I think so.
where's he at?
I think Alice is hiding him somewhere in the castle. And I think she might have potentially used her witch powers to like tell Vagar to like go somewhere over there for a few days, kind of situation. Like they said they found a nest, but it was abandoned.
Yep.
So maybe I would imagine that that's probably the case. But again, that's just for more to come. Her interacting with Christian Cole and Gwaine was hilarious. I think she's when she gets spunky with the boys, I think is really what I like about her character. So and like breaking the news to them, like laughing about it, like, oh yeah, Rhaenyra's at King's Landing. So
And they're
no,
like, what?
right.
What do
Uh
you mean? So
yeah.
yeah.
And so the two options were what? Gawain just wanted to disassemble the army and everyone goes home. And Cole was like, "No, we're gonna go to Tumbleton." I think was their plan, right? Or to take on
Yeah,
the
that part, like I was like, I should have rewound that. But I'm like, I know he wants to it seems like he wants to fight on land.
yes.
But
Well,
I mean
that's it. So Cole has made it very clear he hates the dragons. He wants nothing to do with the dragons. He hates it, and I think at this point he just wants to die. And so him going into a battle with an army, I think that Gawain said was like 30 times their size, is a good way to do that. You know what I mean? You don't get burned by a dragon. It's an honorable death. It's how a knight should be killed, essentially, basically, and not by the fire of a dragon, where it's just a completely unfair advantage, and now you're burnt to a crisp. So I think that's Cole's plan. He
but is
doesn't.
that where he wants Tumbleton? Because that seems like that's where because Sir Gawain
No,
mentioned
okay, you're
going
right. He's not.
meeting up with his cousins. So
He's
like that's
going. I apologize. I said that wrong.
yeah. No, it's all right. It's
They're going to cut off the Riverland, because the Riverland
okay.
boy, little Tully boy that Daemon was messing around with last
Mhm.
season, he's on his way to King's Landing, and Gawain and Cole are now going to cut them off, or attempt to,
Okay. Okay.
before they get there. That way there's no dragons involved. And that's why, as we can pretty much wrap them up, we can cut right to why Ormond starts freaking out in the first place. He gets the
Yep.
Raven saying that, listen, Vagar's not coming, Gwain's not coming, Cole's not coming. We're gonna go over here and handle our business over here. So have fun at Tumbleton.
Yeah.
And he goes off. But it's interesting. It's interesting the nudity they decide to show us in this show, isn't it? I thought for sure we were gonna see a full like frontal shot of this man. Thank goodness we didn't. But did you notice that like the Lord of Tumbleton like just couldn't take his eyes off it? I thought that
Oh
was
yeah,
I
yeah,
thought that
yeah.
was hilarious. And so yeah, basically his plan is to take over Tumbleton because they sworn allegiance to Rhaenyra, and hopefully Rhaenyra attacks with dragons, and then they flip and just it's basically kind of a chess move, right?
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, this was some Revolutionary War type tactics right here
right.
where you have the soldiers, like, pretty much commandeer
Walking up.
people's houses. I mean, that there's an amendment about that, like illegal searches and seizures and stuff like that. Like,
Yep.
and that's what this is, an illegal seizure of land and property
Right.
and people's quarters and stuff like that. Like they just literally just going into people's houses, and he does. Ormond is interesting, man, because like he comes from prestige. I
Yeah.
mean, the Hightower name it has a lot of weight.
Yeah.
They have a lot of wealth. And so he does have this aura about him where he definitely does command respect and things like that. But he does seem like, all right, I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna be
Yep.
fair. But we all know, right? Like you can't keep your eyes on everybody. So you're not gonna know everything that's going on.
Right.
And yeah, so they start doing some foul stuff, man. They start doing some foul stuff
Yeah,
when
I
it comes
guess
out.
it's just the same thing, kind of the same question that I proposed when the one dude on the old council started attacking Alicent a few episodes ago.
Jasper,
Like
Lord
what
Jasper.
like what was this guy's like he was just gonna what? Like finger banger in the kitchen while they're making bread? Like I get I understand it's like a, I have power over you kind of like situation, but like I mean to just like what, black out and just think that you're just gonna be successful in this with all these people here, like yeah, so that scene was crazy. And the justice that was done. Do you think Ormond actually like broke that guy's arm and like and
Right,
did
and
you
castrated him and stuff like that.
yeah, or do
Um,
you think do you
I
think
mean
that
that
was a play just in front of the people and then did what he did on the back end?
it's hard to say, because yeah, they took him away. I mean,
Yeah,
like the other knights took him away, but yeah, just the way they cut into that though is interesting because even though, like, yeah, like, they still overpowered those people in their house, whatever, but, like, it didn't seem like it seemed like stuff was even though, like, there was a little skirmish, whatever, it seemed like there was no way for her to, like or no way for them to, like, really get out of that situation, but for them, they must have got out and told the lord or
yeah,
whatever of Tumbleton, like so, like, it was interesting, like, how that even played out, and, like, to where you even had like, she even had somebody to, like, advocate towards, you know what I mean,
yeah,
and say, like, "Hey, this happened to me," and then you had this lady speaking for her, but yeah, I thought yeah, but I don't know what the end goal would be, it's just a nasty I don't know, it's just a nasty way to, like, exist and live, man, like,
yeah,
I couldn't
yeah.
I don't get down with that.
Yeah, just like I think I said in the beginning there, interesting to see what happens when Hugh discovers that this was an incident.
Yeah, because I and I
He's
and I thought that was Hugh's wife, and then I see the other guy, it wasn't until she
yeah,
said my brother or sister, and I was like, "Oh, okay," and I'm like, "Yeah," and then I was still thinking, I was like, "Is that Hugh's wife?" Whatever, but
yeah,
then now,
yes.
yeah, it's like, okay.
Yeah. So Ormond, and it's this kind of we get more of his character with
Yeah,
Daron, and just kind of it's this he's his squire, he calls him sire, and it's a like a kind of like this grooming type of
yep,
situation that
yep,
these higher ups do with the younger kids that you like what you have to obey them. You have to do what they tell you to do because one day you're going to be the roles are going to be reversed and you're going to
yep.
be in power and so and it's this goal of Ormond's to essentially I'm assuming get Daron on the Iron Throne.
Oh, yes, that's what
Yeah.
his yeah, that's what he says. I
Yeah.
mean, he said, "We're gonna elevate you." So, yeah, but yeah, the character development was interesting because, yeah, we seen one side of him. We know that he's shrewd and cunning, like he has stuff up his sleeve. You know what I
Yep.
mean, with the whole Daeron switcheroo. And we know that he's about fighting. You know what I mean,
Yep.
and everything. But yeah, then we see this side of him being like a little bit more political, and him being like him showing some fairness. But then we get the real Ormond, right?
Yep.
And it was funny because Daeron anticipated it, like, and you could see, like, he reads something. He even tells the other little boy, like, "Hey, yo, you gotta go,
Yeah.
man. Like,
Yeah.
leave the room, whatever." And you even see I seen Daeron stepping back a little bit, and
Yep.
he's like, "Oh shit, here it goes."
This is
So we
not the first
learned
time
that
that happened.
yeah, Ormond has a temper. Ormond has a switch that he flips, and, yeah, and, Darren is subjected to that, right, or whatever. It is like this kinda like abusive, like, relationship that they have,
Yep.
parental relationship that they have. And, yeah, so he flips out, man, starts fucking slamming shit, slamming the sword, and it's like, "Oh, okay, yep, he's going through one of his episodes here again."
Yeah.
And the slightest thing seemed to, like, really tick him off, so he's definitely like, yeah, for a kid like Darren, who, yeah, I mean, yes, you are my relative, you are taking care of me, but that's not somebody that I want to double cross, man. And you could feel that with Darren. He's just like,
Yep.
here it
Yep.
goes again.
Yeah, it's a curious relationship, especially when Darren's the one with a dragon.
Hmm.
Speaking of which, they just got the dragon like chilling in the dining room. Of Tumbleton is like all crammed in there. I'd imagine. I think Darren even said it. The dragon's bored and probably just wants to get out and fly.
Well,
Um,
yeah, and what Ormond does a lot of time, he undermines this little boy's lineage,
yeah,
like and yeah, it was clear. I was like, yo, bro, this nigga is this dude Ormond is like right wing MAGA, bro. Like he's like right wing MAGA. He's a religious zealot, whatever.
yeah,
And just the way he's just like, like bro, that dragon is what's gonna help you ascend, whatever. But also because yeah, this the High Septon and the start, it all takes place in Old Town. Like
right,
that's where the faith originates. So like yeah, like they all very religious, and this continued ideology and how they express how like yeah, no, these dragons are an abomination, and
yep,
like your people, your father, that sounds like something your father would say, whatever, like
yeah,
trying to be fair. And that's a weird thing. So it's like you look down on them as if they have no morals and they're this abomination, whatever. But like in many ways, like people like Viserys, like is a very noble man, is a very fair
yeah,
ruler, whatever. I mean, so it was like a lot of like hypocrisy, or like when you believe in something, you're always gonna push the narrative that makes you look good. You're never looking into yourself and see and be accountable and be like, well, no, we do some fucked up stuff too. No, it's you, it's your people, it's
yep,
your granddad, your father, whatever it is. And it's like, yeah, it was a lot of like he's very judgy, but like that's how a lot of religious people are, bro. Like they're very judgy, man. Like they're very like on the high horse, and like, so and I noticed that a lot. I was like, wow, this guy's he's crazy, man. He's MAGA, bro. He's MAGA, bro.
But yeah, and it's the other thing too is like just him talking down on the dragon, the creature. It's so interesting that that is his stance, but then he's quick to use it.
Yep.
It's not a
Yeah.
he's not above that. So
No,
it's he understands the power, but I don't think he respects it, which is
no.
probably going to be an issue for him. So yeah, the switcheroo at the end with Ormond and bringing the guy back. I mean, just as
Yeah.
a lesson to teach Darren in a weird way, but like also just this kind of like you think you have the power with your dragon? Okay, well here's the power I have. Bring him in. Oh, and by the way, here's the sword. And so it's just another manipulation tactic there that
Yep. A lot of
um
manipulation.
that just a kind of half uncomfortable scene. And I mean, his wife and his sister, the rest of the people in the house, they're gonna know that guy's not coming home for dinner in a
Yep.
couple of days. So like, clearly, the facade that Ormond has created for the small folk that, hey, I'm a reasonable guy, don't worry about it, I'd imagine going to be brought down pretty quickly.
Yeah,
Um,
I would imagine. Yeah.
yeah, and anything else on Ormond that we can think of to cover? I know.
Nah, I mean, we know his beliefs. We know how he feels about dragons. We know
Yep,
how he treats Daeron for the
yep,
most part.
yep.
And yeah, it's like it is that abusive relationship where like, yeah, he compliments him and it's like, yeah, you're a good boy, man. Like he gives him just a little bit,
Right.
enough,
Yep.
you know what I mean, to make, I guess, Darren feel somewhat safe. And then, but then it's like he shames him and shames his existence and shames his where he comes from, even though yeah, Darren he doesn't know his mom
Right.
really. He definitely don't know his dad.
Do you
Um,
think do you think because of that, let's just say hypothetically, I don't think it ever happens, but hypothetically, the dominoes fall in the right direction and Daron does become king. Do you think because of this kind of upbringing from Ormond, do you think he would be like a Viserys kind of peaceful king because like he killed one man, he doesn't want any more blood on his hands type of situation? Or do you think that will just in turn turn him into someone like Ormond and just would pull a guy out of his bed in the middle of the night and behead him if he doesn't tell him what he wants to know kind of situation?
well, and yeah, clearly Orman wants him to be that ruthless
Right.
kind of guy. I think though Darren just has just you could just see in his eyes and his spirit
Yeah.
that like no, he wants to be like because he can read. You know what I mean? He's well read, so like he knows like wait up, like that's not how you necessarily are supposed to do things. Like he has his, like right now, Darren still has his own beliefs.
Yeah.
Something almost has to happen to Darren
Yeah.
for him to for him to almost start to believe the Ormond,
Methodology.
ideologies
Yep. Yep. Yep.
yeah, but like yeah, Ormond is like the abusive, toxic foster parent right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like just nobody ever wanted you. You know what I mean? Like yeah, it's almost like Darren's like Matilda almost. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's a I think yeah, curious to see. It's we just want I think it's just we just want Alicent, Helaena, and Daron just to live on a nice little
Yep.
house on the hill, happily ever after.
Yes.
And that's yeah, and that's essentially what, Allison kind of mentions that to Rhaenyra, like, listen, I gave your dad 3 Targaryens, and this one was mine, and I wasn't trying to fuck him up, which unfortunately is exactly what's happening, but,
Yeah.
so yeah, curious to see more development from them, curious to see if, like, I don't know, because Daron has a dragon, he can make a move at any point in time. I
Yep.
mean, yeah, yeah, just take the chains off. Get the drag. What are they gonna do? Stop you with your sword, Drakars? What are they gonna do? Stop you walking out with your dragon, Drakars? Like who's gonna stop you?
Yeah.
You know?
It's a little dragon though. The dragon's not big
True.
though.
Yeah. True. 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 True.
So that could, I think, yeah, people could slice that dragon up, man. Like yeah,
Okay.
I ain't gonna hold you. Like I would like to see it in flight, but yeah, that thing look little, man,
True.
compared to
Yeah.
everybody
You're right.
else's. So
You're right. You're right. Maybe. Oh, maybe he can't. No, he can. I think he can ride him.
yeah, I think he can,
Okay.
but
Okay.
I just don't know. Yeah, I think he needs to let it grow a little bit more or
Right.
whatever. But
True. Okay.
we probably don't have time for that. So
Right. Yeah. No, I don't think so. Um. Okay. So yeah, last kind of big-ish moments of the episode we can talk about. We cut to Daemon,
yes, another
talking
a
talking
reunion of sorts.
yes, talking to the Lady of the Realm. Basically like, look, you owe us some money. You pledged your allegiance to Rhaenyra. Let me get some gold, and he gets it. And he also gets some tidbits about what's going on. And, that conversation, I don't really think there's anything that really else comes from that.
Well, it was just funny because the lady was like, "You really not even supposed to show your face over here no more because
right.
you did kill your wife out here, like, or we think you did. We
Right.
can't prove it, but we
Yeah. Yeah.
you ain't supposed to be back here." But he's like, "Oh, well, I don't want to be back here, but like,
Right.
bitch, like you ain't hold up your end of the bargain."
I
And
need my
she's like,
money. Yeah. Yeah.
"All right."
Yep.
He's like, "Yeah, and you had your dragon, like your dragon's here. You know what I mean? Like, So then he goes to. Well, it's funny because was Daemon just about to leave? He was about to just
Yes.
leave,
Yeah,
right?
Daemon was ready to go home, but and that this interaction between him and Caraxes I thought was really funny.
Yeah.
A little cute kind of moment
Ye-
there.
Yeah, like the
And
Christ is like, Dad, no, it's something going on here.
yeah,
Like
sniffed him
we
out.
gotta we gotta investigate. Like
Yep.
it's some shit going on here. And he's like, Yo, obey me. Like,
Right.
why you flying the wrong direction? It's like,
Yep.
no, Dad, no, you gotta peep this. Like, so, it's something here, man. We gotta investigate, Dad.
Yeah.
Like, stop playing.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, he reunites
With his daughter Rhaena, and he's
with
not
his
happy
daughter.
about it. He's not happy. Not happy about it in the slightest sense. He's like, "Why aren't you watching over the children? Why aren't you on the boat with my sons? Why are you here? What have you done to your hair?" She cut all of her hair off.
Yeah, I see. I didn't know she cut it or that she got burnt off because I
Well,
was like, "Yo,
something.
what the hell?"
Yeah,
Yeah,
you might be right. It might have. Uh, and
she looks like
it's
hell, man. She
right.
looks like the was it Angelica like Angelica Pickles.
Her doll,
She her dog
Cynthia.
Cynthia. Yeah,
Yeah.
she looked like Cynthia, bro. Black Cynthia. I said no. She had her shit was like all fucked up. Like
Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, just a reunion. I wasn't expecting this. I thought Damon would have, I don't know, done more to comfort her or like try to figure out the situation. But like, he's pissed. She's pissed. What'd she call herself? Rhaena the Unfortunate. Just in exile, living alone. Like, she's not
I've been
going.
alone. Like, yeah, so this is like another deadbeat. Like, even though like Damon's been a deadbeat dad to her, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Even though
yeah,
he's been her father, but it's like, bruh, you was cheating on my mom with your niece. You know what
right.
I'm saying? You weren't there like to help our mom like the
Yeah.
way she should have. And then, you just get us into this new family and then you don't really like y'all never really treated me with any respect because
Right.
y'all knew I didn't have a dragon. Like I just felt sorry for me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she's like, you know what I mean? Like I was trying. I tried to help. But I cannot go back. I can't show myself in front of her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I mean, do you if I don't think if Rhaenyra is allowing pretty much all of Alicent's family to still be alive, I don't see why Rhaenyra would have any ill will or punishment towards Rhaena. Like, she's young, she didn't know what she was doing. It
yep.
wasn't like she blatantly murdered Jay. Like, it was an
Yeah, it
accident.
wasn't. Yeah.
You play with fire, you get burned. And it's one of those situations where, Jace defined her wishes too. Like, he wasn't supposed to be there, so let's not put all the blame on her.
Yep.
She was just trying to help. At the end of the day, her intentions are pure, and that's what Rhaenyra would say. And then they all go off on their own and they try to do something with Sheep Stealer, maybe. But again, I think that would also be a liability. Like, Rhaenyra can't have Sheep Stealer in King's Landing. He's not tame. He's not
Nope.
trained. He'd
Nope.
probably end up burning down half the city just for no reason, or
Yep.
take all their livestock, or
Yeah.
it's a problem. So you kind of stuck between a rock and a dragon. And it's I don't know. I guess that's the only way it could have played out
Yep.
is Rhaena just going off on her own again and Daemon trying to just find some random guy in the mountain with a couple of sheep, cut his head off and put him in place of Rhaena as the
Yeah, and it's crazy. That was just crazy. Like I kind of had a feeling like I was like, he's gonna do something to these people, but I didn't know what it was for. But But yeah, like this idea, this guilt that she like she already feels guilty, but then she guilt trips her father with that whole conversation of like, yo, you weren't really there for me anyway. And you know what I mean? So like what, you gonna tell her? You gonna tell your wife on me? And he's like,
Right.
yo, but like I can't betray her. Like it's the queen. And she's like, yeah, but like I never asked you for anything, Dad. Like and we've heard that conversation, like, Corliss just said that last
Right.
week, like, "I
Yep.
never asked you really for anything, but,
Yep.
like, this is the least you could do." She's like, "Yo, I'm cool, like, I fucked up." She's taking accountability, but, like, I'd rather just be here by myself in
Yep.
exile, like, you know what I mean? Like, don't spill the beans, and he's like, "Ah, what the fuck? What am I supposed to do?" And then he gets an idea.
Yeah, and I guess I don't know why Rhaenyra doesn't call bullshit. Like she's so
Yeah.
clouded by the memory and the grief and the loss of her sons, and she's just gonna roll with the punches. I mean,
Yeah.
whispers know he's lying, like,
Yep.
so it's one of those weird situations where like Daemon has this spell over Rhaenyra where like just whatever he says happens must have actually happened. And
Yeah.
like the head, like looking all but like a buck tooth like
Yeah, bro,
hillbilly,
like, that's what I'm saying, like,
like
this guy doesn't even have a good dental,
right,
like,
let alone
coverage, you know what I'm saying?
Targaryen blood. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
get it. I don't understand how she could be
And
so
Daemon, yeah, Daemon knows better, like, it's like he knows better, and yeah, to call like, I don't know why no one well, I don't know why Rhaenyra doesn't like, I know she's just shocked because he just storms into the crib
drops the head on the
and
table.
just
Yep.
drops it, and, like, he doesn't even really wanna talk about it, he's just like, "Alright, yep, that's what it
Oh, and
is,
by the
alright,
way, I got gold, so let's go. What are we gonna do with it? Where are we gonna
bye-bye,"
spend it?
and then
Let's move on. Next
like,
chapter.
that was
Yep.
suspicious as hell. I was like, "Bro, you are not helping yourself, whatever," but,
Yeah.
like, it was to no avail, whatever, but, like, yeah, Rhaenyra makes all the good points, like, "Wait up, like, you know better." Like, I wanted to talk like, I wanted to
Yeah.
know what
Yeah.
I want some
Yeah.
intel, like, I need some
Right.
information,
And
like,
like,
I
hey, I don't know if you know this or not, but I cut heads off now too. So like, maybe that one could have been for me. Maybe that one could have been for me. Like, cause it's Corliss is on the chopping block. You know what I mean? So like that one didn't happen, but like, maybe Rhaenyra's got one more in her. So like, yeah, like he is so fascinating to that relationship
Man,
between
he
them.
just he tried to rush through that, and it worked, but, like, at the same
He
time,
killed Jace. Now I got gold. Let's go. Like,
like,
yeah,
wait
yeah,
up,
yeah,
we're
yeah,
not
yeah.
yeah, that's it? Like, we're not gonna make an example of him? Like, normally, that's what we do, like, in
Right.
this world, we make example of the people that wrong us, and so, well, we just gonna brush by it, and, like,
Yeah.
it happened, but it didn't happen, like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, no, he was" yeah, I mean, we ain't never gonna see that dragon again, man, that dragon
He
wild, like
gone. Right.
yeah, but and the thing is, it's like, yeah, but, like, y you have to the problem with lying about stuff like this is
Is
that
eventually she's gonna find out.
it's gonna come out, like,
Right.
it's gonna come out, so it's like, Damon, I think yeah, you know better, you know better, but yeah, it's showing this episode, even last episode, is like, we know why you're not in charge, sir,
Yeah.
like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
like, we know why you're not in charge, like, you
Impulsive.
are like, I think he's an amazing character, but, like,
Yeah.
you would not make a good king.
Yeah. It's interesting, the dynamic between them. Um, I'm curious to see again and even more. I want more scenes between him and Whispers. I think their back and forth banter deserves much more screen time. It's a yeah, she knows, everyone knows, and also too
Who was that? Who was that, she said, and then he just, like, looked back,
right.
which,
Yeah,
I mean
yeah, not good. Okay, and then the last scene we kinda need to talk about is based on the, testimony of Off-White. She finds out about the graffiti written on the walls, to the point where, I mean, she sends basically the Gestapo door to door within a 3-mile radius of the graffiti and like, "Yo, who did this?" I think they killed a guy, beat up a bunch of other people, probably tossing him down the stairs. Probably not a good look for the queen.
yeah.
So like, could have been probably handled a little bit better. But that's gonna be, I think, just it's all this, it's just this coming together of just reason after reason after reason after reason after reason why maybe she shouldn't be queen.
Yep.
We could have, I don't know, like Daemon said last episode, we could have gone anywhere and made this 10 times easier on ourselves. We could have stayed here. We could have stayed at the last castle they were at. They could have had Harrenhal. It could have literally done anything other than this, but now it's just causing more and more problems for everyone involved.
Yeah, but this also speaks to what she was saying last week as well. This is and this kind of proves her point. It's see, this is why I can't legitimize these. I mean, it's too much heat that people are already gonna say certain things. But it's but if they feel that way that you are the queen of bastards, whatever, that's not gonna change. So it's why not embrace, why not embrace it, so to speak. But yeah, it's a bad look on her. And she's trying to save face, and yeah, man, but yeah, using the strong arm of the city of the city watch. Yeah, and time out. Who is this dude that's her Queensguard dude? Who is this guy?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that same thing. I have no idea.
I was like, that's not the same dude from the city watch, whatever. That wasn't the Gold Cloak dude.
No.
So who?
Yeah, they just got one. They just hired somebody to fill the position.
Yeah, I get it. I guess we can't see every hire.
Yeah. It's interesting. I'm shocked she brought on the I don't remember his name, but
Manderley.
Yeah.
Well, and so that's funny because is he the only American actor on this show? Because I've only known him from comedy stuff, so I'm like, this goofy they got this goofy motherfucker. I'm happy for you, brother.
Yeah.
That you got it. I mean, you this is a great show to be on. But I'm so it's hard for me to take this guy serious because I only know him from funny stuff, goofy stuff. So I'm what the hell? He's trying to give his whole presentation, and that's when Daemon,
he's like, I propose a tax, I propose this, we could do that, really try.
Boom! Right. Here's the guy who killed your kid.
He just moves his drink.
I'm out.
No, such a good scene. I mean, Rhaenyra's council coming together is interesting. I like it so far. But man, did you watch the trailer for next week?
Yeah, well, it wasn't a trailer for next week. It was in the weeks to come. So it was because it was so much. I was like, and I remember I seen that in the first. I was like, okay. So yeah, we don't know what's gonna actually come next episode. It's a lot, because they show battles and that are not gonna happen next week. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Or not to the extent that they showed, but there was a lot. We saw Aemond. We saw a lot of fighting. So we don't exactly know what we're gonna get next week.
And this was what? This was episode 4. So
yeah, so we're halfway.
Yeah, right? Halfway. We've got 5 and 6, and then penultimate. Okay. Well, man, another good episode. I think, like I said in the beginning, just kind of that build up to what's inevitably probably about to come in episode 7. And just then roundabout for the entire season. And I mean, I think this one being ranked higher on IMDb versus last week kind of makes sense to me, but that's where we're at, especially with most of last season being in the 6s. I think I'm there too. I would I certainly rank this one higher than last week, but more to come. I'm curious to see if they give us more like this for the next 2 episodes, and then we get Big Battle of Tumbleton for penultimate. I think overall, I think that it's going to make for a great season. Yeah.
I'm curious to see what Rhaena's involvement is going to be, because it's going to be discovered that she's the rider of Sheepstealer, and what that's gonna. That's just so bad, what Daemon did, man. Because once the cat's out of the bag, what are you supposed to How do you? I don't know, man. It's just crazy. Why are you trying to protect?
Yeah.
No, he should protect his daughter or whatever, but like it in this way, like no, it could you could have. You work your magic and you say all the right things to Rhaenyra any other time. Why couldn't you smooth talk her and sweet talk her to believe, or
just tell her exactly what happened. Like it doesn't behoove you to just put the head of a random person on the table when you could have just went back and she said, "What if sheep stealer and his rider?" And he goes, "Well, you're not going to believe this, but it's Rhaena." And she goes, "What, Rhaena?" And then he's like, "Yeah, I tried to get her to come back with me. I didn't know what to do. And then all of a sudden, boop, she took off." And and she'll say, "But you didn't pursue her." And he goes, "Well, no, unfortunately I didn't, because I've got 100 gold dragons here. I had to come back. I'll go back out tomorrow." And that's it. It's just a simple conversation. And that way Rhaenyra can process it and then they could do it appropriately. It's interesting the troubles and issues that you would avoid if you just simply have a conversation. So yeah, interesting to see when Rhaenyra will find out about that, because she's got Google alerts on, so anytime someone sees a dragon flying somewhere it's not supposed to be, one of her people who bent the knee to her are gonna send a raven and say, "Hey, we just saw a little burnt hair black girl flying a big black dragon with an underbite." And it's like, what? Who? Daemon? What do you know about this? And so it's interesting.
Unless he's gonna try to lie, unless the lie is gonna be like, "Oh yeah, well she must have found him after." Like, all right, yeah, sure.
Doubtful, right? But yeah, okay. Well, another good episode, fam, this week. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to another episode of Recap and Record. It's House of the Dragon Season 3. We just got done. Episode 4, if you haven't seen it already, HBOMax.com is the place to be. Click all the links down in the description.
Except for if you're in Canada, you cannot watch HBO.
That's right. Unfortunately for our Canadian friends, they probably they might have their own version, you know what I mean. Your US account probably just can't be accessed in Canada. We'll see. We'll figure it out. We'll put it in the links down below. Click those as well. Follow us on Instagram as well as all other social media platforms. My name's Levi. That's Los. Have a great week, everybody. We'll be back.